We wanted a way that agents could hone their craft and be a part of a larger community, get the resources they need and information they need to know. We cover relevant topics in the industry that will help you close more sales. We talk to top producers and industry leaders to share knowledge and best practices from around the country. So if you want to make more sales, then listen up because we're dropping gold.
What's up, guys? It's Eric with Medicare Supplement University, and today I just wanted to do this conversation, this podcast, regarding something that the office has recently gone through that I think really can impact anybody's office and anybody's environment if you're not careful, and that's negativity. So recently, we had somebody in our office that it really was like a poison that we all didn't really come out and talk about, but it was there. And that poison was actually starting to affect the environment in such a way that our agents were not able to produce like they normally produce. And it came from many reasons. Some of them were just always, apprehensive or worried about the next time this person would come up and talk to them and spread the negativity to them. Because really, I think in an environment like ours, positivity is key. It's a grind what we do. It really is, and so to be able to try to reach out, call after call after call after call after call, and to have to deal with rejection and have to deal with people hanging up on you, or even the ones that you get them pretty far along and then you don't actually end up picking up an application, those things can really get tiresome. And really one of the only ways to combat those feelings is being in an environment where there's a lot of positivity, where we know that on the other side of that last call is a sale. And I really I think that it's important to talk about this topic because it's maybe not mentioned enough, and or there's a lot of organizations that will still keep people around even though they are absolutely creating a negative environment, just because they could possibly be a top producer, or they could be family. That could also be another issue. And it was just, to me, it was just so immediately evident just how toxic this person's personality was in our office as soon as I let them go. Immediately evident. That's the crazy part, right? Because it's like you have this dark cloud hanging around in the office, and then as soon as you have that conversation, as soon as you let them go, there's just this huge sigh of relief from the entire office that, okay, now things can get back to normal. Now we can get back to the good, positive vibes we had so that we can move forward and do well and help others. I mean, it's been tremendous. So that happened at the beginning of this week. And originally my intent was actually to let the person go at the end of the week. And when I got in Monday morning, I thought to myself, why would I do that? Like, if I already know that I'm going to do this, why wait till the end of the week? It was me partly wanting to be nice, me having, just that soft spot where I'm just like, this is so hard because I know this is someone's livelihood that we're having to deal with. And so that's really what caused me to hesitate in doing that. So as I got to the office, though, and I looked at the numbers and I looked at the state of mind that my agents were in, I said, I got to get this done today. I want to at least give them the rest of this week to be able to try to finish out the month of March strong and with a positive attitude. So I went ahead and did it, and I let that employee go, and it was a little bit hostile, but it's okay. That just happens sometimes. It was worth it in the end because the turnaround that I've seen has been unbelievable. And it did cause me, and it was a learning experience. It definitely was a learning experience for me to know exactly what kind of person I want to look for to join the team. Because anybody who's coming on board, because we basically are going to be aggressively growing over the next few years. And I just want to make sure that, and it won't be perfect, but I want to make sure as much as possible, anyone who's coming on board is going to have an amazing attitude, a competitive spirit, a desire to learn and be coachable, and also just this, a team spirit. because the I guess the way that I see it is that it's important for an individual to be competitive and want to do well, but it's even more important for the team as a whole to do well. The team as a whole to be on one page, wanting this organization to grow so that we can all do better. That's huge. And so you take that away into, even if you're talking about other team environments, or if you're a one-man show, there's still a lot of things you can take away for the broker community, for the people who are, a solo shop. It's still important to realize that there's probably negative influences in your life that you need to get rid of. You hear Gary Vee say that a lot, where he talks about negative influences and how you need to remove those from your life so that you can do better, so you can move forward. And he says, sometimes this can be hard because it could be your parents, and that would be really hard. Fortunately, uh, my parents, that's not the situation. But if you really break it down, into, I guess, go a little further than that, is that we can pick up bits of advice where we could basically look at people as advisors for different areas of our life, not just an overall, so sometimes, the way I see it, like my parents, um, my mom has been a great advisor to me in terms of how to be a better father, looking after your children. But would I take financial advice from my mom? Not so often, only because we're in different places. She was raised differently, and she actually took care of her finances differently from how I would do it. I'm definitely more aggressive. I'm trying to grow an empire. I'm trying to, look at ways to make my money work for me, to multiply. And so my mother's mindset, she would love to do that, but she's not as risk oriented, or she just doesn't think on that same wavelength right now. Not to say that she can, I'm just saying she won't. Therefore, I would prefer not to take financial advice from her so much as I would parenting advice, possibly spiritual advice. She does have a lot to bring to the table, and she's done an amazing job raising me. But break it down into, I think, different little sectors like that: spiritual, mental, physical. I would say my parents are probably not the people I would take my physical advice from, because they don't go to the gym. Not that, I mean, I haven't either in a while, but I want to get back to it. But if I needed to get physical advice, I would want to do it from somebody who is actually physically doing well, because they are living out the example of what they're preaching. And it goes the same way here. Any of you brokers, if you're looking for people to, I guess, guide you in what you're doing, you want to be guided by people who are doing it, who are hustling, who are making the moves, and who are advancing forward and finding success. I mean, I think they're going to tell you, a lot of people will tell you the same thing, that it's not, by no means is there a magic trick, or a golden ticket or anything like that. It's more of, we have systems in place that we know work when they're worked. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes dedication. But I would recommend, if you are, looking to have people, or if you're looking to advance in your career, if you're looking to become a bigger, badder agent, badder in a good sense, okay? I know it's an 80s term for cool or whatever, but if that's what you're looking for, you want to be mentored by somebody who is actively in that arena, actively moving further and further towards success. And so there's a lot of people that are in these different Facebook groups that are all doing that. But I think that you need to always keep in mind, it's important to remove negativity from your circle, okay, depending on what you want. And I think in life in general, it's important to remove negativity from your circles. And it's important to be very aware of who you surround yourself with, because who you surround yourself with will make a huge impact on what your future looks like. That's just absolutely evident. And I really try to surround myself with people who are not only incredibly positive, but also who are making big moves, who are doing big things, who are doing things like I would want to do. And I don't mean that to say like exactly like I would want to do, but that they have that same foresight, that they just really are looking to do something amazing in this lifetime, because we only got one. And so make the most of it, guys. And I just wanted to give this quick message on the power of positivity, and also the incredible effect of negativity in somebody's life if you're not careful. So just hope you guys have a great weekend, and hope you have a strong week and a strong month of April that's coming up here. I know that we're going to absolutely gun towards that. So I'll talk to you guys soon.